Hey guys, I am here at my sister's house, um, cooking, getting ready for everything. And I wanted to keep my word by saying I was getting back on. So I'm back on. Not going to be on long because I am going to finish up cooking, um, check on my kiddos back home, and get ready for tomorrow. I'm trying to put together a surprise to pop up on my mom and dad. I got a couple ideas in my head of how I'm gonna just kind of go by the house to surprise them. Um, don't know how I'm gonna do it, y'all. Y'all will stay tuned because I may go on for it. May not. Who knows? Um, but I wanted to get back on. This will be a short video. Um, yeah, yeah. I do have one thing that I wanted to kind of share about just, you know, I had a thought that came to my mind of wanting to, like, just show, like, where I have come from. Um, a little bit of my past of, man, I've been through a lot, and I thank God for it because um, I now, this calm talking and this calm brain and my mind not racing wasn't always there. You know, I when it first started coming about, I didn't know how to handle it, and I thought that maybe I was. I have a friend who talks really quiet and really soft and sweet, and I was like, oh my God, how does she do that? I didn't know, and I'm like, I want to be like that. I want to have that quiet mind, not knowing that you really just gotta let things go, and you know it comes with a lot of prayer, meditation, and just closing your mouth. Really closing your mouth and you know having full-fledged conversations. And conversations are when you you and the other party are both being able to talk. Not necessarily meaning that you're gonna always get along, or you know you both will be on the same page. That may not happen, but the fact that you can voice out and you can listen, that's where it comes into play. And that's what having conversations are about. So I can't tell y'all where this calmness and everything come from. Is it always like at this level? No, not all the time. But I thank God that my mind doesn't race like how it was before, that I'm just able to say Jesus and he swoops right on in and takes a lot off of me. So, of course, on my channel, you're going to hear so much about, God from me. Yeah. But it's just going to be rewarding in ways because for me, it wasn't always like that. I wanted to turn my sister light off, um, but I'm gonna leave it on. I wanted to make sure that I got on just to say hi to everyone again. Have a good evening. Make sure you guys tell someone you love them, love on each other. Um, get back on. Like I said, this is more so really where I want to connect with everyone. Get help for not only myself of what I'm going through, but also be of help and service to someone else. That you are not alone. For so many years I used to always say, I was telling my deacon this the other day, him and his wife, of how I felt like the girl from What Women Want, when she's walking around in the office and like nobody is really hearing her except for me. I had where I would talk to people but not really say what was going on with me, but still feeling like if you only knew what was going on inside of my head. So just to give you some, I told you guys that it would be coming out a little bit at a time of, some of the craziness. I won a lot with being born. I was supposed to be a boy. That's where I got the long name Audrey Lane from. Um, I also lost my mother on my birthday. That long pause was more so because I wanted to say something else. But like, yeah, I lost my mom on my birthday, my 30th birthday. And she had called me because I actually have two birthdays. I did tell you guys that. They never looked at the clock. So they don't know what actual day, time I was born. Um, so I lost my mom on my birthday, and I just went into a tailspin of like, what, dang, this woman, my mother, was like someone you could connect with. She really was a God-fearing, virtuous woman. Like, she was phenomenal. Like, I never forget this, that at my mother's funeral, it was packed. I mean, the church where we had it it's a mega church, and the bottom of the church was fully, completely, like full with people. And I remember this gentleman walking up to me and my sisters and saying to me, that how much he loved our mother, and how she kind of like viewed him and seen him, because he at one point was homeless, and my mom would just come and talk with him, just talk with him, and made him feel counted and included. And that was my mom. That was who she was and is, and he literally never forgot that. And she told him how much she can change his life. Like, my mom also worked with men in prison, and anywhere she can kind of help, that's what she did. um she was a woman of service. Like, she will help out in any aspect she could. Like, yeah, like, man. So anyway, he was saying how every day she would come by him and talk and pray with him, and it made him feel included. And I remember him, that inclusion part, because for so many years you would think that with the mother I had, that I would have been able to talk with her. um I could talk to her, and that was really, really good. But once she passed, I just kind of stopped, because it was like, even with my mom having four children, we all were individuals to her. The one thing we had in common was her, and her being our mother. But she didn't kind of really treat us all as we were the same in everything. And that's great, because not often can someone do that. For me, I'm struggling sometimes. I have to know, one, my kids are all different. They have similar things that they do, but they're totally different from one another. And, you know, so making this gentleman feel included, he ended up finding, employment, getting a job, getting an apartment, and, just moving forward. So when my mom passed, we had put up flyers basically like anywhere, especially like the corner stores and stuff, because people just stopped and would come over to like my grandma's house, like, hey, we haven't seen Miss Cheryl. What's going on with her? And so it was like, really crazy. But just with him changing and doing what he had to do, that was nobody but God, the God in my mother, God in my mother. And it's just magnificent. And that's where I come by saying, if you only reach the one, then that one can reach a one, and that one can reach a one, and that one can reach a one. And before you know it, word of mouth goes a long way. Word of mouth. My pastor was just saying how, our mouths are the most powerful thing we have. It can, speak victory, and it can speak like some hurt. So, we got to make sure we control it. And that's where I'm like asking God to control my mouth and everything. So like my past with everything, my mom passed. I really didn't use my mouth the right way. I would like say pointless, mean things because I just did, and it was wrong. And even though I apologize, you can't, just because like I'm growing, I can apologize, and I do mean them. Don't get me wrong, but I can't expect for somebody to be like, okay, I'm good, you apologize, thank you, and we be ace boom coon again, you know. And some have gone where people have been okay, and some haven't. But I know apologies are really, I know for me it took a while. I would not, when I felt like I wasn't doing anything that needed an apology, because I didn't, do that much that really, and I only give apologies when I know I was wrong. And now it's like, if someone tells me, hey, you hurt my feelings, yes, I'll give an apology, because my whole thing is like this. The apology really isn't technically, you know, for, you guys to be a spoon coon or whatever again. Sometimes the apology is more so for the weight to be lifted up off of both parties. That party may not want to come back into terms of talking with you and being around you, but you got to release the apology for yourself. You got to let it go off of you, because if not, it will be sitting down inside of you, and before you know it, you'll be into this deep dark space and trying, inside of your head, trying to figure out like why you're going nuts and crazy. But it's not really even that. It's because you're trying to mask things. So if you hurt someone, apologize and truly mean it. And you may be friends, or you may not be friends, and or family who may not get over it and everything. But you gotta get out there. You gotta apologize, get that off of you, and sincerely mean it. Don't just say it to say it. Sincerely mean it, and grow from it. Grow from the experience of which you can do better and what you can change. And pray on it. Really do pray on it. Ask God to change your mind, to change your mind, to open up your heart and help you. I had wrote this thing not that long ago of, God, help me to listen with kind ears, give me a kind heart, and help me to speak kind words. And I don't know if I really wrote it just like that, but yeah, it was something in that form. And I mean it, because your girl wasn't always like this. Like, it's so funny that, as you guys going to see, I love the color green. I have a couple people who call me Sweet Green. One person calls me Lady Green. Um, and and I was having a conversation with this guy, and he was just telling me about, like, wow, over the years you have kind of like changed, and there's just something different about you. And it's just like, well, let me put it like this. I'm like, the conversation didn't go all the way like that. But just for this gentleman to like have a conversation with me and take notice, where I thought like people weren't noticing me, or if you did notice me, it was like, what did you want out of me? And that's kind of like what had my past kind of go crazy, because I just always felt like it was a ulterior motive, that you wanted to be around me for some sort of reason. So I think a lot of my meanness once my mother passed was because I really didn't know how to deal with situations. And I thank goodness now that I see stuff and I'm willing where people come and talk to me about it, and I can take it. Man, you know, it's really a great thing to know that, when you have wronged someone, the best thing you can do is apologize, and just a weight comes off of you. Will this person accept your apology? But the weight that comes off of you is like, OMG. Oh my God, my merciful God. Wow. So apologize and get things out. I thank goodness for my past, because after my mom passed, I went, I couldn't hold emotions right, because like I had told y'all before, how like my mom, she was this wonderful woman. I was gonna get to heaven on, through her and everything. No, it don't go like that. You have to have your own personal relationship with God, and it takes work. We all know it takes work to be in a relationship. It has to be both parties, And now me building a relationship with God, let me tell you, the best relationship ever. Best relationship ever. I can't get dumped. I can't get cut off. I won't go without. I will definitely grow in. I will mature in. I will develop. I'm going to learn in. I'm going to be protected in. The list can go on and on. Like, I don't think that it's like, what's that thing where they say the song that never ends? It won't never end with him. Never end. And that's awesome. So my past has truly gotten me here, and I thank God for it. Because I went into drinking, smoking weed, popping pills. When I tell you I'm here literally by God's grace, which let me know that I'm here for a purpose. I am here for a purpose. Putting myself out there, where I used to just hold on to the stuff, because I was like, I didn't think I had a unique story, but I do. Every one of us, we have a story. Even though somebody may be doing the same exact thing that I have done, you got a story. Don't let nobody tell you you just like everybody else, that you don't have nothing. Like, don't nobody want to hear what you got to say. No, you get in on here and you speak your truth too. Be around people who is going to sharpen you and encourage you. You don't have to stay in that area. You don't have to stay in the dark. Turn the lights on. And the only reason why that light thing came to me about me wanting to turn my sister lights off is because I was going to turn them off and turn them back on. When people try to shut you down and count you out and belittle you and put you low, that's something that they may have to deal with, their own issue. You can come out of that. You don't have to surround yourself and be around people who's going to just be like be for the need of you at that moment. Because I'm telling you, people love when you're in pity and misery. What's the thing where they always say misery loves company, or something like that? The minute you start reaping rewards from you, people have no clue what I have been through and what I'm going through and all the stuff. They want to talk about me. I get talked about often. Stories been coming back to me lately that I just have to be like, okay, and I don't say anything about it. I mean, it ain't even for me to voice it out on here for you guys, because I cannot let that get into my head and put me down into a level of what? A level of just wanting to stay in the area of hurt. No. They talked about Jesus. Though he slayed me, I will trust you, God. I will trust you. So people can say what it is they want to say. Because, God, I am here for a reason. I thank him. Surround yourself with people who can sharpen you. Get out of the thing. Why are you with rubber? And my favorite thing that I love to say is, eagles, they stand and fly alone, right? Be an eagle. Fly above and, by themselves. Eagles only be with other eagles, and very often will you see two eagles together. Not often, so not rarely often would you see them together. They merge to mate and go. So this is probably going to be where I just do this one video right now tonight, but I have more in my belly that I want to bring out to you guys tomorrow. But I am tired because I have to get this surprise together, go shopping again, and then we're doing a family day at amusement park, so I'll probably come on there. We'll see. You never know. But I wanted to get on because keeping my word now is something that I'm really trying to do and be consistent in. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Slow and steady wins the race. And for me, it's not about... No, let me not claim that. It is about the win. The winning for God, the winning the souls over to him. So you guys keep coming in and doing what you got to do. You can change your life. Trust me, when my story comes out there for you guys, if I can change what I've been through for God's glory, don't let nobody say, oh, because people love to bring up your past. Don't be ashamed of it. Grow from it. You never know what you can touch and who you can touch with your past. You are not the only one. All of us have one. Don't mask it for no one. Don't mask it for yourself. Deal with it. Deal with it. Will it be easy? Like, even now, the devil wants to kind of get in, or insecurities and doubt want to get in. I have the faith where God, anything that's coming up against me, you fight that battle. You slay it. You slay it. So, you guys get some rest. I love me. I love you. More importantly, I love God. And you better love Him too. If you are trying to build a relationship with Him, the first thing you can do is just open up your mouth and say hi to Him. Say Jesus. My mom used to always say to us, lift your hands and say Jesus. He'll come right on there. You gotta invite Him. Trust me. You gotta invite Him. So you guys have a wonderful night. I love you. Bye.